Hey, how's it going? Oh, I forgot it's 6-4 versus Boopy first. And then it's silver. Or then it's bronze. Whoopsies. That's fine. Why did I think it was... Alright, I gotta fix everything now. Let's go to the main thing here. Boopy versus... SixFour, and this is the bronze, gold division. I guess this is gold 30 something. Gold 30 something. This is gold. Gold 34, okay. Well, good thing I realized that hey Code Cracker, how you doing? I heard you're going to be joining the, or you're going to be doing a, you're going to be doing some restreaming. Ooh, Fastlane's happening. We're gonna check that out later. Makes sense. So you're going to be restreaming some friendlies first. Okay. Yeah, I joined your server, actually. All right, let's go to the main page here. I still have some things to fix up. Oh, my AC is going off. Let me turn that off. Do I have time for another game? So after your match with SixFour, I have another. I'm going to be commentating a match between Brian and just Walbert. Are you talking about warming up? If so, warming up is fine. Actually, I don't even have your page up, actually. So I don't know. I don't know the context of. Okay. Okay, Boopy's up. Next, we gotta get SixFour. Okay. Okay. Looks like everything's set up here. Perfect line clear from 6-4. That's cool to see. So if you guys want to seed, I will be posting that. Sounds good with me. Let's unpin this then. We got it ready from 6-4. Booby says he's going to be doing another quick game, so that's fine with me. Where is the... I had... Yeah, how do you start polls in here? Oh, here it is. All right, Boopies, you ready? SixFour, are you ready? Did I see anything from you? I can't with the commercials come up on your screen. And I'm sorry, and also sorry, I wasn't aware you were ready. My apologies for that. I'll start the countdown once I see your screen. Oh my gosh, more ads. Come on. I do want to get this started. Okay, let's get it started before another ad comes. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. The players are off. Ooh, early shift of that square for 6-4. It's going to create immediate problems. Going to be starting somewhat high, but this is manageable. Boopy starting off strong, currently at 86,000 because of 6-4's early misdrop. It's going to bring him back, or it's going to put him back in score for a while. But it's very early in the game. A lot can happen. Another Tetris for Boopy. 126, Boopy. 6-4, 125. Another Tetris for 6-4, 148. Both players are clean. 6-4 trying to establish a nice slope. Couple of the 6-4's board is kind of spiky, but is getting this back to a better commentating state versus what I see now versus Boopy. Boopy has throughout this game consistently oh my gosh, talking is not happening at the moment. Boopy throughout the entire game had a clean board, and currently is at 269. Oh, hang at the T for Boopy. Double flip of that long bar for Boopy is going to put Boopy in a very dangerous situation. Okay, he's able to get that L over. Okay, nice triple. All right, the board's back to normal. That was really scary for Boopy. That could have ended 5 different ways. But Boopy gets out of it. SixFour has caught up. Less than a Tetris away from taking the lead. Is right, and with that Tetris, right behind Boopy. Boopy is up high at the moment. Didn't do that square through to the far right, but creates holes in the process. Boopy's going to get back to work trying to get to those holes. Going to try to do it as efficiently as possible. He's doing all the right things to do that. Unfortunately, that S is not going to help his cause. Maybe will force him to burn a couple more lines. Boopy currently at 361, 6'4", 418. Players are just less than 10 lines away from a level 19 transition. Boopy 4 lines, 6'4", 6 lines. Boopy had a long bar dependency but fills it in. Goes in level 19 at 377, 6'4", 3 lines away to level 19. Will go in with the Tetris at 489. The players are off. Jail dependency for Boopy. Fortunately, not getting the right pieces to resolve it. Does have access to the hole, gets rid of it, and gets a Tetris. Boopy currently at 432, 6'4", 440, 494. Nice T-spin for 6'4". Long bar dependent. Boopy exposes the long bar, gets a long bar and fills it. Nice split double for Boopy. Board is back to a neutral state. Boopy. Ooh, an overshift of that square for Boopy. Creates a tuck setup and nails the tuck. Boopy's taking the burns. Boopy just breaking 500k. Meanwhile, 6'4" has been at 500k for a while now. Currently at 526. Boopy 509. Boopy breaking 600k, currently 601, 6'4", 541. A lot of numbers to juggle with when referring to 6'4". With a lot of holes in his board. Both players have holes, but Boopy's board is lower and just got access to all of them. It's going to burn them all away. Boopy almost to level 29, only 19 lines away from that. I don't know if Boopy has level 29 ability, but it would be really cool to see that. Oh, unable to bring that long bar to the far right. Long bar comes, gets to Tetris. 8 lines away to level 29, but meanwhile, 6'4" tops out of 599. Boopy, you're good for game number 1. GG's. Boopy takes game number 1. I can't hear you. Is everything good? Watch stream to learn. Ready 18. Both players are ready. Let's get started for game number 2. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. What about the song? Wait, did I say something funny or did SixFour say something funny? I'm confused. Ooh, dirty start from Boppy. Gets a Tetris, but Boopy's board is in a really bad state. I don't know what happened there. I guess a couple of immediate misdrops. Okay. Needs material to the right side. Needs material everywhere, honestly. I had an opportunity to do an S-spin there to try to fill in some gaps, but I'm unable to. Boopy getting this down little by little, but that was almost catastrophic for Boopy. SixFour had a funny song on stream. Oh, okay. Boopy starting off with a... It's going to be in a dig for a while now. Uh-oh, overships to the S, and that's going to be a top out for Boopy. Boopy tops out 42. 6-4, you're good for game number 2. GG's. You almost saved it. It was a good attempt. It was an honorable attempt. Both players are ready. Let's get started for game number 3. Three, two, one, Tetris. And also 6-4. I'm going to assume when you have your cursor over the 3 in the level select that you're ready. I believe that's already universally... that's the universal start for people who don't have the cartridges, so I'm just going to go by that standard. Couple early burns for 6-4 currently, and gets a Tetris currently at 25. Nice, perfect J's for 6-4 to resolve that awkward formation. This is a much cleaner start for both players. Game 1, we had 6-4 kind of starting off dirty, and then Boopy started off with a dirty board. But right now, it looks pretty good. No issues to report. I'm okay with that. Makes my job a little easier. Also, too, since I'm going to be doing this live streaming stuff long term for the foreseeable future, I was thinking about getting like voice lessons. I don't even know if that's like, I don't even know if it's necessary, and I don't even know like what can I get out of getting voice lessons, you know, if I do something like that. Boopy 228, 6-4, 175. It's something I want to look into. Another Tetris for 6-4, 202, Boopy, 259. You can get actor voice lessons. I think they're even bigger. They're in every big US city. So what would be misdrop misdrop of the Z for 6-4 puts 6-4 state in a very sticky situation. Does get access to the right well, however, digging needs to follow. Actor / spectator / radio commentator. Oh, that's probably what I need. Radio commentator. I mean, I think I'm doing pretty well right now, but I really want to. I want to get really good at this. Ooh, tuck setup for Boopy. I don't know if that didn't look intentional, but does resolve it. I mean, that was kind of an easy tuck setup for Boopy. Had that. Oh, since that was a misdrop, it looks like. Boopy, 457, 6-4, 335. SixFour has a T-spin setup. Unable to get to nail that T. Always painful to see. Breaks my heart. Boopy doing well. Waiting for the long bar, gets it. Boopy just under 500k, 6-4, 370. So Boopy has a pretty big lead. A little bit of hesitation from Boopy to where was not sure where to put that Z. Boopy on to level 19 at 525. 6-4 is 9 lines away from that. Would suggest improving the scene maybe to make it more visually appealing. I do want to do that. That's definitely on my bucket list, but I don't know how to, because I like the simplicity of this, but at the same time, it looks like we're playing Tetris in a void. And I think I expressed this before, but it's not, like you said before, it's not visually appealing. I mean, the stats are cool, but I want you to look at the screen and like not have to worry like you're going to get sucked into it, you know? Boopy 544, 6-4, 389. And it looks like a hang of the J is going to end 6-4's run. This score for 6-4 was 384. So Boopy, you're good for game number 3. GG's. All right, both players are ready. Let's get started for game number 4. Three, two, one, Tetris. So SixFour is playing on the original cartridge, or the original Tetris cartridge, yeah, and that's going to force. I shouldn't say force, but there is no. What's the word I'm looking for? It forces both players to not have the ability or the option to have SPS. And I know some people prefer that SPS. For me personally, I don't mind. I think it makes things more interesting. Because if you're the winner, basically, for the most part, you're saying to your opponent, like despite not having the same piece sets, I have proven that I can stack and manage these pieces better than you. Boopy going column 9 here, gets the Tetris. Perfect well transfer, has a deep double well, and uses the long bar to fill that in. Gets the T to open the well and is Tetris ready. Now the Tetris for Boopy, 190, 6'4", 155. Boopy is L dependent? No, J dependent. Yeah, J. The only, if memory serves me right, the only reason, or I've been using oh my gosh, I can't pronounce that word. Mnemonic. I've been using a mnemonic to help me remember the differences between an L and a J. And I believe for the J, I use a mnemonic that involves evolves is not the right word. Boopy 308 64 216. I use the mnemonic to help me understand the difference between L and J. I said that. So in this mnemonic, to help me remember what the J is, in the mnemonic, the J stands for blue jay. And that's how I remember that. I forget what the L stands for, but because I know the J, I can remember. I don't really need to remember the other. Oh, Boopy, a bit of trouble. Gets 2 long bars back to back. Brings the board down. And Boopy's back to safety. Yeah, if that long bar didn't come for Boopy, that would have been a disaster. Another disaster. But we're seeing over and over that. Oh, a couple of dead drops from Boopy. Looks like Boopy lost Das. Boopy needs a long bar right now. Gets it. But burns nothing. Boopy needs another long bar. Gets it. I think that was only a single that was burned for Boopy. Boopy currently at 422. This board is really bad. Boopy gets another single. Has to create more garbage. Opens the right well, or what is left of it. Okay, gets another long bar in, but still, this board is pretty bad. Okay, so the top of the board for Boopy in a better state, but and it's positioned in a way where it's somewhat accommodating. But Boopy's going to go to level 19 at 463, and with that Tetris, the board is back to a neutral state. Good job for Boopy to be able to manage that pretty well. SixFour currently at 462. That was dangerous for Boopy. Had that happen right before the transition, that would have been bad. But that early shift for Boopy was bad for the board. But we have seen before that Boopy can handle situations like this. So I think Boopy's going to be okay, and just like that, he is. Board clean, trying to get Tetris ready. Currently at 524. Meanwhile, SixFour, I haven't been really seeing what SixFour has been doing lately. Boopy's board has been causing some drama, so I definitely need to pay attention to that. However, SixFour has been clean and is on level 21. However, hangs that eyepiece, and SixFour calls it quits, realizing that no other pieces can get to the far left side with those two bar hangs. Tops out of 533. Boop, you're good for game number 4 in the set. GG's. Lost ass. Damn. Yeah, no problem. Oh yeah, that's right. It was only one set, which is perfect actually, because yeah, Boopy. Um, 3-1 at 540. So we have another set, a bronze set, in less than 20 minutes. It'd be awesome if you guys can stay for that. It's an exciting it's gonna be another exciting match between BrianTheOne and just Walbert. Oh, let me BrianTheOne. All right. So we're going to get you set up here, Brian. So because Brian does not have OBS, he's been using a separate application. The way that we're going to have to lay out Brian onto the scene is going to be a little bit jank, but we'll make it work. Sounds good. Oh, I thought you were doing one set. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were doing one set. My apologies. Yeah, let's get the second set going. Oh gosh, now I have to change everything back now. Let me do that really quick. Boppy. Pen. So because I thought this was one set, that's going to go over until the next match that's going to happen. I don't think it'd be right for me to push that stream back. Unless I read it incorrectly. Yes, so according to SixFour, SixFour said someone able to take one set of me versus Boppy. So I'm pretty sure it's just one. It's just one set. Actually, I can check. Let me check that. This is gold 34. Gold 34. 34. You and Boppy. It does say you have to do 2 sets. Unless you have versed earlier this season. So if you're available once the bronze match is over, I can take your second match. Yeah, they can be at different times, yeah. Doesn't have to be now. So let me write that down, that we just did one set. I'll put that in and we can of course you guys can reschedule and hopefully I can get your second set later this week or whatever. In the meantime though, let me get Brian up. Oh, Brian's playing, or SixFour is playing fast lane. Okay, makes sense. Oops. There's Brian. Let's get... Wilbur is already there. Okay. So we want to have these two. And we're almost set. Now this is going to be bronze 46. No, bronze... Bronze 46, yes. Bronze 46. Okay. So it is set up. I guess for a couple minutes, I can play something for you guys. So BrianTheOne. Yeah, BrianTheOne. Yeah, we got a couple minutes. Let's see. Myself failed this. Oops, I forgot. Hey Walbert, how you doing? If you're ready to start, we can start right now, Walbert. Just let me know. Okay, yeah, let's get started. That's my warm up until I verse Math Wiz later today. That's going to be interesting. Let's go to the main page. All right. Nice dig from Brian. When I tried to type both your guys' name into the text box, it started to overlap. So I needed to shorten things. I felt like I couldn't really shorten just Walbert's name, so I shortened Brian's name. So instead of spelling out 1, I just put the number 1. I told myself, close enough. Yes. I can assure you can shorten my name. Oh, okay. All right, players want SBS. Let's get that. Oops, that's not. Ignore that. That's not what I wanted to do. Your seed is Bravo 0, Charlie 8, 1 Alpha. According to this, I have unlimited points, so I can give... what should I do? So if I put an even amount of points to both players, would you guys, like, for whoever wins, they would benefit from... No, that wouldn't make any sense. No, that's not how the system works. It's your payout is based off of how much you put in, so it doesn't matter what I put in. It's not like it's going to be distributed evenly. So yeah, never mind. I was going to say I was going to put some points in as if it was a pool, but no, that's just not the case. So Brian looks like he's ready. Let's get the seat up for him. Bravo 0, Charlie 8, 1 Alpha. Okay, so that's correct for Brian. And for Walbert, that requires a different thing here. Oh, before we start, I want to run this ad before it cuts right in the middle of the match. So we'll be right back in 30 seconds. All right, we're back. Let's get started for game number 1. Bravo 0, Charlie 8, 1 Alpha. All right, both players are ready. Both seats are correct. Let's get started for game number 1. Bronze 46, Brian versus just Walbert. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh, let's get rid of these hearts as well. We are starting a fresh set with fresh new players. It's so weird looking at Brian's board. It's so wide. Is wide the player sponsoring Brian? Is that the new meta? Nice Tetris for Brian, I think. A little hard to tell. Just Walbert getting high. Has a long bar dependency. Is chopping this down. The wall's almost open. Okay. Just Walbert needs one more burn to open that right well, and just like that is open, and Walbert cashes in for Tetris. Excuse me. Walbert goes up 65. Brian currently at 44. So according to predictions, looks like one person's voting for Brian and 2 people are voting for just Walbert. However, the points are in Brian's favor, so yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting to see that. I don't think I've seen any restreamers utilize the prediction element of Twitch. I think more people should. It's really fun, and it could influence the players to play more cleanly, or I might have to ask a couple players that, like, when there is a prediction on the board and you're in you're involved, like, does that change your gameplay? That's a very interesting question. Just Walbert 147, Brian 82. That's just for Brian. Another just Tetris for Brian. 122. Just Walbert with the JL dependency fills it in with a J. Creates a long bar dependency. I'm so guilty of that too. Creating long bar dependencies. I do it too often. I don't think, not as much as Walbert. I think Walmart match. I think Walbert. When it comes to long bar dependencies, I don't see it as often. But it's definitely part of Walbert's strategy, I believe. Of course, you know, traditionally you don't want that, but I feel like with Walbert, there is some application I feel that, you know, is necessary that convinces him to, you know, to make a long bar dependency, you know. Ooh, a couple of that looks like a double flip from Brian with that L piece. Looks like Brian's a roller. I swore Brian was a DAS player. But he kind of with that when Brian had that long bar going into column 10 and zip it to 7, that definitely looked like a roll. Ooh, Brian hanging the T up high. He's able to chop it down a little bit. Brian in a very dangerous situation right now. Brian currently at 229. Just Walbert 313. Brian's in survival mode at this point. Just Walbert onto level 16 speeds, but don't be fooled. Brian on to level 17, level 16 as well. Needs a long bar right now, and it's okay. It gets single, but it gets a long bar, but one piece too late, and Brian tops out 240. Walbert, you're good for game number 1 of the set. GG's. So let's get Walbert their first game of the set. You made the 2 transition though. I call that a dub. Nice transition score going to level 19. Walbert currently at 404. Level 19. Unable to tuck that piece. Gets to another Tetris. I should have warned you about that. My apologies. Hey Liptonic, how you doing? Glad you can join us. Both players are ready. Let's get started for game number 2. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. It's going pretty well. We had one set between Boppy and SixFour, and Boppy won 3-1. And right afterwards, I had. I'm scheduled to. Classic Tetris League rating with a party of 21. How is everyone doing? Hey Adam, how you doing? Right now, we are currently in a TNP match, bronze division between BrianTheOne and Just Walbert. Just Walbert just won the first set of the game, and the first game of the set, pardon, and I lost my train of thought. But I'm glad everyone's here. How was what were you guys what games were happening over there? Hello again, losing on more than one. Oh no, you lost? Oh no. Oh yes, Brian. Brian in a bit of trouble. Speaking of the devil, I'll explain why Brian's in it, why he's not on stencil, and Brian tops out at 85. Walbert, you're good for game number 2. GG's. Very unfortunate. Oh, the TNP fast lane. That makes sense. That was my impression too. It looks like Brian's a roller. I was unaware that he made this transition. And the reason why Brian is not on stencil is because his computer doesn't give him the ability to download OBS. So he's stuck with this other program that gives him some limitations. Minor Tyler versus Junior. Minor Tyler versus... Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, he's on our Chromebook. Okay. Google's attempt to make hardware is pretty sad, I have to say. They don't make hardware? The name of this song is called... Let me look this up. It's called Dreams by Joachim Karad. I'll type it in chat. But before, let me start the game first and then I'll type it in chat. And let's give just Walbert his second heart of the game. Three, two, one, Tetris. Yeah, let me type it in really quick. Dream by J-O-K. J-O-A-K. K-A-R-U-D. Oop, no, it's not dream, it's dreams. Tetris for Walbert. Currently up 19,200. Walbert, a little bit of a messy start, but this is still manageable. Needs a long bar right now. I think that was a dirty Tetris from Walbert. Okay. Alright, this long bar will only be good for a triple. Now Walbert needs to build back up. It's going to take double, try to flatten out this board, or just get to the hole. Walbert just wants to stay clean, or as clean as he can. Who knows what pieces will come around the corner. Another Tetris for Brian. Has a tuck set up. Puts a T in there. Is Tetris ready now? I think. The Brian's board being so wide is kind of distorting my ability to accurately read what's happening. But I'm pretty sure that's the case. Knock on wood. Just Walbert with a bit of cleaning. Nice flat burn from Walbert. Brian currently at 126. Walbert 130. If you go to my YouTube, it actually displays the music that gets played in my streams. Oh, no good place for that square for Brian. And the list will come up. Where was I going with that? Oh, and also the YouTube, shameless plug here, but the YouTube channel is called the same thing as my Twitch channel. So if you guys want to check that out, that'd be awesome. Brian currently at 151, Walbert 171, 191 with that Tetris. See, this is the level of play that I wanted to do when I was versing Rory yesterday. But any attempt to try to play cleanly just went out the window for me. There was just no cleaning was just, or staying clean was just not a thing for me, especially yesterday. Just Walbert 218 Walbert, Brian 211. They are nearing the level 16 transition. At 0 UTC, I'm going to be having a match between MathWiz and Arbor is going to be the restreamer. So I'd love for you guys to join and watch me versus Math. It's going to be an exciting one. We always have good matches, Math and I. There's never a dull moment, and I've been looking forward to there was an opportunity. What was it? It was the last bronze division for me to match up with Math, but because there was 2 divisions, and the luck of the draw put us in different divisions, so we weren't able to play each other that season. But now, since we're in the same division, we can. And I'm excited for it. Just Walbert going to level 16 at 288. Brian currently at 309. So you guys might be wondering, why Walbert's, color palette is a little different. Well, that's because Walbert has a modified gym where before I continue with that, Brian going to level 16 at 334 overshifts a couple pieces. This is looking dangerous for Brian, and a king bar right in the middle ends it for Brian. Tops out at 334. That was quite abrupt. So Walbert, you're good for game number 3. GG's. And the set. So yeah, this was set number 1. Yeah, this is set number 1. Yeah, very unfortunate. So I assume we're doing 2 sets today. And do you guys want a new seed if that's the case? That emoji's so sad, Brian. That's so sad. Okay. Oh, seed, not countdown. Your seed is 9 Echo 2 Bravo. Bravo F. Let's pin this. So for that one, just Walbert 1. Oh, you were gambling against yourself? Oh, that's not good. Oh, okay. All right, both players are ready. Let's get started for game number 1 of set number 1. Oh, let's make sure the seats are correct before I start anything. We got different numbers here. Good thing I did that. Good thing I checked. Okay. Let's pin the seed. 9 Echo 2 Bravo Bravo F. 9 Echo 2 Bravo Bravo F. Okay, we're good. Is everything good? Oh, okay. You're ready. All right, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Either way, I win. Oh, wait, I've read that already. Whoopsies. BrianTheOne, being sponsored by Wide, the player, to play all of his games in a wide formation. I don't know, I just think that's funny. Hey, Codecracker, welcome back. Multiple dependencies in Just Walbart's board. Another long bar dependency, but fills it in. Gets a nice T to flatten out that board for Just Walbart. And gets Tetris. Currently at 628. I'm sorry, 660k. And Walbart is also at 60k. Interesting. Sunny disposition with a party of 3. Thank you so much, Sunny. Right now we are currently in a TNP bronze match between BrianTheOne and Just Walbart. Walbart defeated Brian in the first set 3-0. We're currently on the second, and yeah, we just started the second set, so hopefully get your popcorn, get comfortable. We still have a lot to we have a lot of Tetris to get through. A pause on Walbert's side. Continue playing, players. Walbert getting pretty high. Hangs the T, and that's going to be a top out for Walbert. Walbert tops out 125. Brian, you're good for game number 1. GG's. And Sonny, if you're here, if I didn't say so already, thank you so much for the raid. Yeah, that draw was pretty bad. Ow, my arm. Tried to raise my arm and my arm got destroyed by my desk. Both players are ready. Let's check seeds. AF. AF. Let's get started. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. $93 pushdown points for Walbert. And long bar dependency. Gets the long bar. Tetris for Walbert. 212. No, that's 40K. I can't read. I'm like, how did Walbert get 200K? The game just started. Okay, I'm not going crazy. Walbert currently at 41, not 200K. Brian 42. I've done that before too. It was a match between Rogue Potato and Diaz Allure. I misread Potato's score as what was it? Like 200K as 20K. And it just caused I wouldn't call it a headache, but it was just annoying having to fix to getting things straightened out and fixing the win-loss record in the system. Luckily someone noticed it too, because I was totally blinded by it, because I was so used to talking to or commentating matches that I was so used to commentating matches that that typically won't end that early, because the level's selection starts were like 5 and 9. So my brain's like, oh, if the first number is like a 2 or a 3, like it's most likely 200K, which obviously wasn't the case. And I made a big because of it. Just Walbert currently at 135, Brian 128. Walbert's board is kind of a mess right now. Yeah, no parity. Meanwhile, Brian's board, very clean at the moment. Long bar dependent. Wolbert. But is Tetris ready though? He's going to chop this down. And these pieces are not helpful for Wolbert. And Wolbert's going to have to surrender that center well. And try to push the well back to the right side. Fortunately, Wolbert was not able to cash in for a Tetris there. Tetris? I think that was a Tetris for Wolbert again. 167. Brian, 193. Brian in the lead by a Tetris and change. The well is open for Brian, trying to get Tetris ready. Gets the long bar. Uses the Aki bar to get Tetris ready. Brian gets another one. Tetris for Brian. 232. Just Wolbert. 188. Wolbert still has work to do. At least Wolbert's getting a plethora of long bars. That triple is going to pretty much clean up the board for Wolbert. The pieces for Wolbert was very fortuitous. Brian is now in the dig. Yeah, that square sucks. Okay. Alright, back. The board is back to a neutral. Well, actually, I shouldn't say neutral state. The board is still pretty messed up. However, it's accommodating enough to where Brian can get pieces to bring it down. Wolbert off onto level 16, currently at 295. Brian's about four lines away from level 19. I mean level 16. Wolbert with the single and the Tetris goes in level 17 at 318. Brian on level 16 at 272. Long bar for Wolbert to get Tetris. Ooh, interesting placement of the long bar. I was expecting Wolbert to put it in column 10, I believe. I thought that would give them a way out of. I thought it would give them an out of that. Out for that dig more sooner. Wolbert 354, Brian 323. It's a close game. If I remember correctly, it wasn't like that for the majority of the game. Wolbert on to level 19, 380 is clean. A lot of opportunity to get Tetris here. Hangs the long bar. And I don't think... Okay, gets that long bar over. That was dangerous for Wolbert. Nice dash control to be able to get that second long bar over. Brian, in the meanwhile, is topping out. Tops out at 329. Wolbert, you're good for game number 2. GG's. I need a drink. One sec. Alright, I am back. Drop input killed me. Or killed that. Oh. Oh, you mean you lost Das, you mean? Oh, okay. Alright, both players are ready. Let's get started for game number 3. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Sorry, I'm back. Okay. Walbert gets the first Tetris. Gets their first Tetris. Currently at 24,000. Brian just starting with a single line burn. Bit of a delay on Brian's side. Walbert building pretty high. Walbert almost has this down. Walbert currently at 52,000. Brian 80. Rolling looks good for Brian. I don't think if Brian ever confirmed that that he was rolling or not. But if it is rolling, it looks, which I'm convinced it is, it looks pretty good. Brian with a single hole at the bottom. Just Walbert. With that line clear, will bring him, or bring them over 100K. I'm sorry, Walbert, I'm keep messing up that. Oh, a long bar hang will end the game quite abruptly for Walbert. Tops out at 119. And Brian's already good for game number 3. GG's. Yeah, I'll refresh. Oh, you did confirm your roller. Okay. All right, both players are ready. Let's get started for game number 4 and match point. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Just while we're already Tetris ready with 61 pushdown points. With I'm not sure what the standings are. I believe that that this is a brand new division for both Walber and Brian. I don't know if they played any other games for their bronze division. If that's the case, though, with the season starting, if that's the case, if any of these players, if these players lose, it's not the end of the world. There's a lot of opportunity. And I'm probably going to be joining them, I'll be honest. I can't wait because I really don't know how well equipped I am with playing against players in silver. And it's not that I'm a bad player. I know I'm a good player. However, when it comes to having consistent 18 play, it's just not there yet. And I think that's going to bite me in the butt. Just Wahlberg currently at 128, Brian 138. Walbert currently at 150 and was attempting to five below, but the early shift of the square just ruined it all. Oh, that was so painful to see. I'm so sorry, Walbert. Very unfortunate. Oh, we got another bot in chat. Let me... I gotta get rid of this guy. Okay. Bot has been torched into the ethos. But let's go back to the thing that is more important than dealing with bots. Brian currently at 215, Wolbert 221. These players are inching closer to level 16 transition. Now the touches for Wolbert 278, Brian 256. Touches for Brian 277. Wolbert Tetris ready, right under 300k. Wolbert has been doing pretty well recently. Wolbert on to level 16 at 300. Brian 4 lines away from 16. My brain's like, it's so convinced that it's 18 because for Wolbert's color palette, 16 looks like 18 or 18. Another touch for Wolbert 366. Brian touches ready. Touches for Brian 361. Now Wolbert is on to level 18. Jail dependent again. Wolbert. Another double for Wolbert. On to level 19. Wolbert hangs the long bar, and that's going to be it for Wolbert. Wolbert tops out 378. Brian, you win game number 3 in the set. GG's. What time is it? It is 6:54. Your time will come, Wolbert. I believe in ya. Brian, looks like you've been practicing. But that's it for me. I have a match in an hour. So I'm going to eat in between and get ready for the match. But you want a set though. Yeah, Wolbert's going to promo, and I'm going to relegate. Or I'm going to be relegated. Unfortunately, oh, it's going to be so. Not looking forward to that. I really am not. It's not that, like I said before, it's not like I don't have confidence in my ability. I think I'm pretty decent. It's just these players are next level, and I need to work on that. I learned today I need to start practicing. Yeah. I mean, you want it, you got a set. So I call that a dub. So that's going to be it for me. I'm not going to bother rating anyone. I'm just going to call it quits. Hope to see everyone soon. Bye now.